You'll win somehow, so give up on the battle, baby. It's hard, I know. I feel your breath closing into mine, but I hate to think we're running out of time. Put the lights out, it's alright now. Oh, baby, talk to me. There's no time to look around you. I want you to know.
Sorry to turn the jam off, guys. That is one of my favorites. I always get up and dance when I hear that song, and thankfully for you, you guys have never had to see that on the channel. Instead, we're going to talk about some bench press. This is the first bench press session of the new program, and this is going to be more of a speed type of day, so I'm only using 185 pounds, and they're supposed to be fast reps of 8. Fast reps of 8, 8 fast reps. How about that? Let's roll with that one. And you can see that it's not moving all that fast, but what I'm trying to work on is not only my speed off of my chest, but the speed to my chest, because I noticed when I did my test week, I was very timid bringing the bar down, and I know that that's something that's hindered me in the past as well, so I want to get comfortable with obviously controlling the weight down, but speeding it up just a little bit. So that is what I'm doing here. And now you are going to see some Spoto presses, and I have never done these before, but I was speaking with Johnny Candido at the powerlifting meet, and he really recommends these. I know he talks about them on his channel. So what I'm doing is bringing the bar down and stopping just slightly above my chest. So I'm really trying to work to control the weight here. And overall, it went pretty well for my first session. I think I got 5 reps a piece, and it's a little similar to what I was doing before. You guys, if you're new to the channel, I was doing something called double pause bench press, where I was pausing on my chest and then pausing again 1 inch above my chest. So after that, I moved on to some pull-ups. Pull-ups are probably my favorite back movement, and I like it because there's so many variations, and usually from program to program I'll just switch the variations. So I think last time I was doing some narrow grip pull-ups. Here I'm just widening out the grip a little bit, just for a little bit of variety to keep me sane. And then I'm going to move on to some face pulls, and this is something that I also change up from, you know, each program, because I get really bored with all this fluff work. So I did them standing up at first. That's kind of how I wrote them in the program, and then I remembered this kneeling version, which I learned from, I believe, Bodybuilding Bros. Frank and Harry, I wish they would come back, man. I miss those guys. One of the reasons I had enough courage to start this channel was because of those two, and you know, I'm sure they have some very good reasons. But moving on to some, what are these called? I don't know, tricep extensions, I guess. Just using the cable, and my triceps were on fire the day after. So that is going to be the workout, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Please like the video if you did, and I'll talk to you soon. Alright, so I'm being a little bit indecisive right now, but I've got a lot of stuff laid out. I don't know exactly what I'm going to be making, but I do know I'm going to do kind of a breakfast at night type of deal, and I know it's going to be a whole lot of food, but until I figure it out, I'm going to start with these vegetables just because they taste really good, and if you guys have never had these, I would recommend them. It might be a little bit processed for some of you, but that cream sauce makes vegetables taste a lot better. So if you're walking through the store and you go down an aisle and you see this, you obviously have to buy it because who doesn't want red velvet pancakes? But it was kind of an impulse buy because I forgot that not all pancake mix is just add water and you're done. So I'm going to have to add like oil, eggs, milk, all this stuff. So much work just to get pancakes, but hopefully it's going to be worth it. On this box, they give you directions of how to make the entire box. Obviously, I'm not going to be eating the entire box of pancakes, although that would be awesome. So I'm going to have to guesstimate the amounts, and there's a good chance I'll be messing this up, so that's just your forewarning. Those pancakes actually come with their own frosting, but I'm going to make my own just because theirs does not come with the key ingredient. You guessed it. So we've got some ricotta, some cream cheese, some fluff, and some MTS peanut butter fluff all mixed in there. And then I'm gonna put the pancakes on there and get the other stuff ready. And let's just move right along here. So one of my favorite things to make is a 3-tiered bagel sandwich. So I'm just gonna use one of these everything bagels and add some roast beef, some Canadian bacon, and a few different cheeses here. and probably an egg, but we'll see. There's nothing worse than a bagel with cold meat, so you're going to want to put that in the skillet as well, and then I'll wrap it up all in foil so it'll come together nice and warm. And I was thinking, you know the worst thing about going to a breakfast place like Bob Evans or Cracker Barrel, anything like that, is when you order breakfast and they give you an option between pancakes, French toast, toast, and you're like, why can't I have all of them? Well, you know what, guys? This is my world. I can't have all of them. Alright, so here is the absolute critical step of making a bagel sandwich. You have to wrap it in aluminum foil. Not only will it melt the cheese when I add it on top of the egg, but it'll just keep everything nice and perfect until the rest of the food comes out, because trust me, it is impossible to time it all out perfectly. Pro tip for the day. And we're gonna go with some homemade Eggo French toast sticks. And don't knock it till you try it, guys. These things are delicious. Pancakes are looking good, and you're gonna wanna spread the icing while it's still on the griddle because it's hot and it'll be easier to spread. And finally, guys, this has been a workout just explaining all this to you, but finally, we're gonna be having this Keurig hot chocolate pack because I've been wanting to try it forever. They threw it in the sample, so I figured now is as good of time as any. Good of time? Good as time. I don't know. You guys know what I mean. Alright guys, so what we've got on the plate, well, what don't we have on this plate? So we got the pancakes, we got the bagel sandwich, got the French toast with just a little bit of scissor and some jelly toast. And I know you guys are probably looking at this like, oh, I wish I could have this. Well, you know what, guys? Life is not going to be handed to you. If you want something, you got to get out there and you gotta make it happen. So that is what I did, Motivational Monday, even though this video is not gonna be out on a Monday. So I'm gonna go enjoy this, and you guys know that I will be back with some dessert. If you guys had to guess, out of all those things that I just showed you, what was my favorite, what would you say? I would have to go with the hot chocolate, and maybe that means that my cooking is really bad, but honestly everything was good, but that hot chocolate was just amazing. So let me know in the comments below, is Keurig hot chocolate especially good, or is it just because I haven't had it in a really long time? I don't know, but those red velvet pancakes looked a lot cooler than they tasted, but I'm pretty confident that that is because the Hungry Jack chocolate chip pancake mix just sets the bar so high that nothing else can compare to it. I mean, they weren't bad, but you know, nothing to write home about. French toast was good, the toast was, you know, jelly toast, how good can it be? What else? Oh, the bagel sandwich. Awesome. So now we are here for dessert, and what other dessert for breakfast is there other than cinnamon rolls? So I know that this isn't very exciting. Just gonna make this tray of cinnamon rolls, and I'm only gonna eat, you know, one of them. So I'm gonna make these. I wish I could think of something like cool to add. Maybe I'll try something. Maybe I'll try to get creative. We'll see. I was gonna eat this little Reese's on its lonesome, but I'm gonna try to melt it on top of a few of those cinnamon rolls just to add a little bit of variety to this video. And if I fail, I figured you guys would get some pretty good laughs out of it. Alright, these things better melt. The Reese's were still pretty solid when I pulled it out of the oven, but once I spread it around, you can see that it looks pretty good. Thinking that this was a good idea. I really need to start buying bigger plates. I can only fit 6 on here comfortably, so I got 2 over there left. I honestly have no idea how many I will eat, but that one with the Reese's is looking so good, so maybe I will try this one for you guys, because I feel like some of you have to be curious, but how could this possibly be bad is my question. You guys should try this. I heard that if you store cinnamon rolls in the fridge overnight, they go bad, and I really don't want to waste food here, guys. As you guys can probably imagine, I'm pretty full. So let me show you the macros real quick for the day. Coming in at, and that is going to be it. So I hope that you enjoyed this hour and a half of feasting away. So please give the video a like. If you did, I would really appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and I'll talk to you guys next time.
After party, after the football game, but Charlie already had that drink in my truck.